Good morning, P2. Welcome to our science class. Again, I am Teacher Levy. Today, we're going to continue our lesson about soil. But first, let's do our vocabulary. Here are the set of words that you will learn today. First word, soil. Soil. Humus. Humus. Loamy soil. Loamy soil. Clay soil. Clay soil. Sandy soil, sandy soil, organic, organic, sand, sand, pottery, pottery, agriculture, agriculture, bricks, bricks. These are the set of words that you have to learn today. Now let's do our old time, our oral language development about different types of soil. Now, question. Have you been in a beach? Take a look at this. If you are, say your answer will be, yes, I am. If you went already. If not, I am not. I am not. Okay? Very good. Now let's watch this video about different kinds of types of soil.
Soils are complex mixtures of minerals, water, air, organic matter, and countless organisms.
These are the different kinds of types of soil.
Living things. It forms at the surface of land. It is the skin of the earth. Soil is capable of supporting plant life and is vital to life on earth. People need soil to live. The land we live on is made of soil. We build our houses on soil, and we grow plants we can eat in the soil. Animals also need soil.
Like ants.
Goats and cows eat grass and other plants that grow in the soil. Some small animals, like rabbits and mice, insects like ants as well as worms, live in the ground. And most plants need soil to grow in.
Right.
We are going to have a look at 3 different types of soils: sandy soil, clay soil, and loam soil.
Look at this, sandy soil.
Sandy soil. If you rub some of this soil with your fingers, you will feel it is hard, dry, and sandy. It is easy for the wind to blow sandy soil away. If you pour water over sandy soil, the water runs through it quickly and carries away some of the sand. Plants don't grow well in this light-colored soil.
Next, clay soil.
Clay. Some soil feels like clay. When you wet this kind of yellowish soil, it sticks together. You can form all sorts of clay, like cups and bowls and clay animals.
Right.
When it rains, clay holds the water for a long time, and the plants that are growing in it get too wet.
So clay soil is a little bit wet.
Loam. Loam is the best soil for seeds and plants.
Right, it grows
It does
well.
not get too wet or too dry. It has enough food to keep plants growing. Loam is like a mixture of sand and clay soils, but is usually darker in color.
Right, usually black and brown. Okay, so those are the different kinds of types of soil. Now let's talk about it. Take a look at this. Components of soil. So, soil is a thin layer of material covering the surface of the earth. Take a look at it. So, how much percentage do we have? So, air 25%, water 25%, rock 45 particles of 45%, living things 20%, humus 80%, and organic matter is 5% of the surface of the soil. Next, we can see the components of the soil when a mixture of soil and water is left to stand for some time. Look, for example, the first layer is called humus. Humus are the kind of soil that has died plants and animals that becomes rich and good for plants. Next layer is water. So, as you can see, it's getting wet. When it comes down, take a look at it. The next layer is clay. When we say clay, this is the wet soil. It's sticky. Next layer is a fine sand, a very tiny particles. It looks like a smooth. It's good. Okay, next it's coarse sand. Coarse sand has a small particles of sand. And lastly, the small stone. So small stone is bigger than sand. All right? Now, let's talk about the types of soil. First, loamy soil. So loamy soil looks like this. Usually dark brown or black. It has fine than sandy soil but coarser than clay soil. It has even mixture of sand and silt and clay. This is good for the plants. It holds a moderate amount of water. That's why it's good for the plants to get more nutrients. Okay, so next is sandy soil. So take a look at the looks of sandy soil. So there are very tiny particles of it. It is rough and dry. Okay, usually it is color brown. It has loose and rather large particles. So when you touch it, you can feel the texture of it. It has a high content of sand and low content of silt and clay. That is why this is not good for plant. Okay, so now the flow of water through it is the fastest. When you pour water in it, it will goes down quickly. It holds the least amount of water. The water cannot stay on it. And last one is the clay soil. Whoa, take a look at this picture. So this clay soil can be red, white, or gray. So when we say clay soil, that is sticky. So it has a small, tightly packed soil particles. So it stick together. So it has a high content of clay and low content of silt and sand. So this is a wet soil. This is good for pottery. You can make bowls, jars, and more. Next, it has very small spaces among the soil particles because they stick together. When you put water on it, it will stay for a long time. The flow of water through it is the slowest. That's why it's thick and it's wet. It holds the most water on it. So when you put water, it will stay for it. It will stay a long time. Okay, so now I want you to get your pencil and paper and let us do our activity. Can you name the different kinds of types of soil? Alright, so take a look at this. So write the word loamy soil, sandy soil, clay soil correctly. Take a look at the picture. So which type of soil is this? So are you ready? Let us answer. Number 1, what is this? Very good. Sandy soil. It has a tiny particles of stone. Next, number 2. Correct. Clay soil. So this is clay soil. So it's sticky and a little bit wet. And what is this? Good job. Loamy soil. So it's a combination of soil with a little bit sand and clay. That's the right amount of it. And that is good for plants. Okay? Do you understand? Okay. So I hope that you get all the correct answers. So, P2, that's all for today. Thank you, P2. See you again tomorrow. Bye.